Walk into any high performing organization and you'll notice something surprising. Best teams don't operate under tight control, they thrive on autonomy. When people are trusted to act with freedom and clarity, they often outperform their micromanaged counterparts in creativity, engagement, and results. And yet, despite overwhelming evidence, many managers still default to control based approaches. It creates a paradox. The more we try to control performance, the more we accidentally suppress it. The roots of this thinking stretches back to the industrial era, when control was a logical response to standardization, predictability, and even safety. You needed people to follow the steps, not just for efficiency, but for survival. Industrial machines weren't built with human safeguards. One misstep could be fatal. So improvisation wasn't just discouraged, it was dangerous. Reliability meant safety. That approach made sense on factory floors, and it breaks down in today's knowledge based, creative, and AI augmented workplaces. Study after study shows that autonomy is a powerful predictor of performance. Google's Project Aristotle found that psychological safety, the ability to take risks without fear of retribution, was the single most important factor in team effectiveness. Microsoft's internal research also shows that teams with high autonomy were more productive and more innovative. These aren't isolated cases, they reflect a consistent pattern across industries. Now, autonomy isn't a free for all. Freedom without direction is chaos. True autonomy comes from a framework that includes clarity about outcomes, access to necessary tools and support, and clearly defined boundaries. The goal isn't to dictate how people work, it's to define what matters and trust them to figure out how to get there. That balance between freedom and responsibility is the heartbeat of agile culture. Teams are trusted with real ownership. They're given space to self organize, adapt, and improve continuously. The result is faster integration, greater innovation, and higher team satisfaction. This shift requires something fundamental from leadership: letting go of the illusion of control, a control that ultimately undermines the very goals that we seek. Effective leaders don't monitor every activity. They remove roadblocks, provide context, and build capability. They lead by enabling success, not by enforcing compliance. And in today's economy, autonomy is more than a cultural preference, it's a strategic necessity. As AI systems automate more structured, repetitive tasks, the human edge lies in our creativity, judgment, and adaptability, qualities that thrive only when we feel empowered. Now, here's where it gets interesting. We give our AI systems room to explore. We set boundaries, we let them fail, we encourage learning. That's how reinforcement learning works. Yet, when it comes to humans, we often take the opposite approach: tight rules, constant oversight, and zero tolerance for mistakes. It's an inconsistency that should make us pause. In AI development, we've come to accept that systems learn best when given the freedom to explore. Reinforcement learning environments are intentionally designed to support trial, error, and adaptation. That's because that's how complex behavior emerges. Some shaping is necessary, of course, and that's to keep progress aligned, just as human teams need clear desired outcomes and boundaries. And within that structure, freedom is essential for meaningful growth. And the truth is, we don't fully understand how these systems arrive at their conclusions. We observe what works, tune the inputs, and give them space to evolve. If we believe freedom is necessary for machines to reach their full potential, despite not fully understanding how they get there, why are we so hesitant to extend that same trust to the humans on our teams? The Agile Manifesto's fifth principle calls for building products and services around motivated individuals and giving them the environment and support they need. In other words, trust them. And yet, we often grant machines more autonomy to learn and adapt than we offer the people we work with every day. The organizations that understand this are designing environments where both humans and AI have the prerequisite freedom to thrive together, where systems are transparent, teams are trusted, and feedback flows in both ways. These are the companies that will lead not because of their technology stack, but because of their trust stack. So, how do you begin shifting towards more autonomy? As always, start small. Ask yourself, Are you tracking activities instead of keeping your eyes on the outcomes? Are you making decisions your team could handle if given the context? Are you stepping in where you could be stepping back? This isn't about abandoning accountability. It's about changing where accountability lives, from oversight to ownership, from managing work to empowering teams to manage themselves. So, what's been your experience? Have you worked in teams that flourished under autonomy or struggled under control? Let's compare notes in the comments. And if you'd like to learn more about the Agile Manifesto's fifth principle, click one of these. I'll be happy to tell you all about it.